Hi, Rosemary. As we stated before, today we're going to work on a bracelet and possibly a pair of earrings to match our necklace that we made on Wednesday. Such a pretty necklace. So anyway, I've got some of my beads all pulled out. I've also got an extra tray of beads pulled out in case we have plenty of time and we decide to design some earrings to go along with it as well. So, hi, Donna. So I think this bracelet's going to be really delicate, but it is going to be really pretty. Because what I want to do is, here's our necklace from the other day. I'm going to take this section. This is going to be the top piece. It's going to go on your wrist like so. And then we're just going to go around with what we've got here. Except for instead of this bead right here, if we get to this point, we're going to use one of those hematite ones. I'm not sure we'll get to that point though, because, well, even though it's just really delicate, that would be probably too long. So we'll put our necklace back down here beside us, and we're probably gonna, oh, it is the last Friday. It is the last Friday of the year, isn't it? Seems hard to believe. Hey, Coral. Hi, Mary. And hello, Rita. So there's a few of us here now. So oh, hi, Dorothy. So let's turn down and we'll get started on our bracelet. Oh, took down. Well, yeah, that makes sense, PK. I was going to say, well, that's a little early, isn't it? But then I'll probably take my tree and things down this weekend. So I guess it's not that early. Because I usually take them down, well, if I'm not sick. Last year I had the flu and my tree didn't come down till almost February. But this year I'm doing pretty good. A little sniffly this morning. I don't think I'm catching a cold. I think it's just my long hauler stuff from having that bad case of COVID. I always seem to have the sniffles. Am I doing a show on Monday? Yes. I am going to do a show on Monday. My husband, the whole family's going to be home, but I will be doing a show on Monday. It's not like it's just another day as far as I'm concerned. I don't party, so definitely just another day. But so yeah, I will not be partying on the New Year's Eve. So New Year's I will be here. No reason not to be. So we will see on Monday. But right now, let's turn down and get started on this really pretty little delicate bracelet to match our necklace. Okay, just a little bit of a raise. That's too much, Rose. There, that's pretty good. So here's our beads that I've pulled out. That should match here. So like I say, this is going to be our middle point. So and then we'll just go down the line to match here and here until we don't need to do anything more. I also have a big lobster claw out. This is a 15 millimeter lobster claw that I got from Randy. I have already tested it. It's working fine. I also have a couple of jump rings in here for the end. And over here is what's left in this little bottle of crimp tubes. So what we need to do is just pull some wire off. Because, I want about 7 inches, I could just pull 9 inches of wire off, or 10, but actually let's just. So we're going to do this section right here now. Thank you, Mary. Sorry about that. It went out for a few seconds. Looks like it's back. What wire am I using? I am using Softflex white quartz medium. I always use Softflex wire. So yeah, it reconnected here. It went off for a second. I noticed after you guys said it was frozen that all of a sudden a reconnecting thing came on. So it wasn't you, it was me. So this one. Now, I don't think this bracelet's going to take us very long to make, because we sort of know what we're doing because of the necklaces, because we're following the pattern of the necklace. So we probably will have time to make some earrings too. I haven't designed any earrings, but I did pull out my little snowflake posts and a whole bunch of other beads here, so we have plenty. Let's see, it's this guy. Now this snowflake. Okay, now we'll do our 3 whites and our druzy. That's not the white, that's a bicone. Now this one actually should wrap around your wrist really well, because it doesn't have any, well, it does have a couple of large beads, but not a whole bunch. So white, light blue, spacer, and the first star. I'm going to put a stopper on this side, and we're going to do this stuff that we didn't do on this side over here, which isn't that much because we Now let's see how long it is. Okay, we need a little bit more because we're not quite at 7 here. So we will put on the hematite snowflake and the other little white star. And spacer. Now we'll do the same on the other side. Yep, let's give this a little more room here. Now we're at 7.5, and we don't want it that long because we have to have these on, which will add probably a good 1/2 inch. So let's see how it wraps on our wrist. Yeah, see, we're meeting here already. We're darn close to it. So we're going to take off the second little star. See how we are then. We definitely are not going to need these, so we'll push them to the side here. Now when we put it on our wrist, you can see it doesn't quite come together now. So it's probably about where I want it, but we'll measure it just to see. It's at 7, just not quite there. But once we put on these, we're going to take up that space. Hey, Randy, how's it going? This is actually the bracelet to match this necklace I have up here. Here is our necklace. We made this on Wednesday. And now we're making a little bracelet to match it. As you can see, it's following the pattern of our necklace here. So this was made with the Bargain Bead Box's Sparkling Snowfalls companion bundle. I bought it separately, and so I think we're at that place where it's time to stop adding beads. Hey, Leah. Yeah, it's sort of new. It's only something I've seen this in the last like 3 or 4 months. They don't last very long because I was going to get one for, I think it was Falling Leaves, and it was already gone when I got in there. So, but yeah, I did manage to grab up one of the companion bundles. When I went in yesterday to check some other things, they were gone. But and yeah, this is Bargain Bead Box. It came up. I got an email about the companion bundle in probably as soon as they released it, and I went right over and ordered some things, and the companion bundle is one of the things I ordered. But when I checked it yesterday, because I was going to see about getting a few of see if they had any more of these guys, the snowflakes, and they didn't, unfortunately. But they were gone. So let's see about where this is going to hit. At 7, it says it's 7. We're not quite there, but I think we're close enough. If I add anything more, we're going to be too close, I think. Because the little star, I think, made it too big when we added that second little star. So I am going to get a couple crimps out. Like I said, I've only seen a few of them, like maybe for the last 3 or 4 months. And I think it's cool. I would guess that what it is they ordered so many things and then decided what was going to go in the regular bundle, and then they had extras, and so, that kind of thing. I think Randy knows what I mean by that, since her inspiration bundles tend to, she tended to have extra stuff. Yeah, they do go extremely fast. If you want one, you've got to really snap them up quick. Like I said, mine, I've tried to get some of the other ones and they were already gone by the time I got there. So come on, baby, go up there, because I'm not sure you're going to go into this hematite twice. And it looks like that's a no. So we'll get this where we want it and crimp it and then cut the excess wire off. And the only reason I managed to grab this one, I think, is because I had wanted something else. So I was going for something else and it was still there. So I snapped it up. And I actually debated it, snapping it up, because they're not exactly cheap. They're not real expensive either, though. I think it was like $30 or $40, something like that. So over there with you. Now we'll get this other side done here. Do you guys ever get songs stuck in your head? Since Christmas, I've had Mary Did You Know stuck in my head. But, oh well. I'm sorry to hear that, Randy. Oh boy. I rarely use a wire guardian door, Donna. Um, I have some, but I don't use them very often. One of the reasons is the soft flex is pretty darn strong, and I have never had a problem with it breaking. However, when I used to use different wire, I had one break right at the base of my wire guardian, where the wire goes in, and I was like, "Oh well, that's great. That's supposed to protect the wire," and instead it broke the wire. So I stopped using them, especially when I got soft flex, because soft flex is really strong wire. So I'm not real worried about it. Go. And now we have to clip this one off right there at the, slide your flush cutters up as far as you can get them to go, and then snap that extra bit of wire off. And now we got to put our hardware on there. So get our pliers out here. Hey Jefferson, how's it going? I'm glad to hear that you're with Randy. I know this has got to have been really stressful with her grandma and everything. And well, we don't want Grandy to be stressed. The last time she got seriously stressed, she had that mini stroke, and we don't want that to happen again. So as I said, I've already tested this lobster claw. I always test them because sometimes that little spring in there is broken or it's not working properly. And that's also one of the reasons I always jump ring my lobster claws on, because it can break down the road too. It's not necessarily. Now, the Softlex team doesn't even put these jump rings in. They just use the Softlex in a loop to hook onto, which I don't do. I do think that's a little bit a way to break it, but it's never. So there's our bracelet finished. Very delicate, very pretty. Ugh, what'd I do here? Stop. Okay, so now it ended up being about 7 1/4. So pretty good, but very, very delicate. I actually considered using the other magnet for this, but then I would have had to have fixed it since mine's broken. But see, it will hook right there. Be like there. So there is our necklace and our bracelet. And I think we have plenty of time to design a pair of earrings too. So, and I did leave 2 of these snowflakes, the metal snowflakes, so we could use them for some earrings. So here's a whole bunch of stuff. Here's our posts. Again, there are pretty snowflake posts, so we can get 2 of those out. And like I said, I dumped a whole bunch of stuff into a tray here so that I could just pick and choose as we go along. So thank you, Dorothy. Yeah, that sounds about right, Dorothy. They started it hasn't been going on for very many months, just a wee while now. I think to do these we want, and of course we want our snowflake. Actually, I should have left the posts out and we could have made a couple pair of earrings to go with this, because we have a couple of different patterns in here and lots of different things. So let's see if we can design us 2 pair here. Oop, you go over there. Like Deborah says, we need more than one pair of earrings for our necklace set. So this will be for one. Yeah, I really like the decorative posts that I have been finding lately. I used to always just use leverbacks, nothing else, until I started finding these decorative posts, and they are so pretty, and I like them a lot. So let's see what else we're going to do here. Okay, if we're doing this, we need to put the lantern and this one aside so we don't accidentally combine it into the other one. We have these really pretty snowflakes here too, but they're up much further in our design, but I don't know that I want that long of an earring. Maybe we should just, come here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Well, sort of. Come here, you. Now this one's going to get a little long if I do it this way. But hey, everybody knows how I like a long earring, so. Let's get some ear wires out and see how long we're getting us here. Okay, looks like that's plenty long. You know, I'm gonna put actually, I was sort of afraid that spacer was going to come off because the crimps go into it, but it didn't, so that's good. You know, this is about as long as I would want it to be because, especially for the wire, because we got to wrap it and we need plenty of room. That's pretty. Though if we wanted, we could do like a split here so we had extra movement. Oh, hi, Annalise. A druzy in it. Yeah, I was thinking that, but I'm thinking I'm going to put the druzy in the other pair, so we can get some of this pattern, like here on this one. Start with the druzy and go up to, though it won't be this one, it will be the other one. This one. But yeah, I'm going to do this pattern right here for the other earring. Oh, sorry, couldn't see it. I'm going to do this pattern for our second earring. So I think I think that will be very nice. Okay, let's see what we're saying here that I've missed. Oh, goodness, Randy, thank you very much. Yeah, the decorative posts can be a little spinny, though these ones that I got from uh, Beadbox Bargains were not very expensive. I paid $1.29 for the 4. It came with 2 pair of it for that price. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Bonnie. How are you doing today, Bonnie? Are you feeling good? I know you've been under the weather a little bit. So I think this is going to be this one, though. Like I said, I'm debating right here if I want to do a split so we have a little bit more room on our wire and get a little more swing in them. This one, like I say, we're going to do this pattern. If I can find everything here. This one, spacer. Looks like I may have to get some more spacers out. We're getting a little low there. I don't see that many in my tray. Oh, there's some more. Like there. And then we got our little star. And this snowflake. So this will be our second earring. And if I decide it's too short, we'll put another little star up there at the top. So it matches. We're going to be doing sort of this. So we could do this section here. I like this one for this would make a cute little tiny earring. Wouldn't need to be very long. But this is this section right here of our bracelet, which is this section here, except for with the different snowflakes, since we used all of those ones. Pity I couldn't get any more of those. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking that too, Annalise, the split and swing, because I think that would be really pretty. So, sorry to hear you have that lingering cough, but you know something, Bonnie? I hate to admit it, but since I had COVID, and that's been 3 years now, almost 4, I have still got lingering crap from that. I have sniffles half the time. I have a cough that doesn't ever go away. And though it's not as bad as it used to be all the time. But, there's just odds and in weird things that seem to be just part of the way it goes, unfortunately. See, so here's what our second earring's going to look like. And of course, it's going to hang off of our snowflake here. And because it's hanging off the snowflake, I think I may put the other star in the other side, just so it's not metal against metal, so to speak. I can find another star. If I don't have one, I guess I'll just have to get one out. There we go. Well, I'll have to get 2 out for the other one anyway. Makes it sort of long, but it's a lot more delicate than that one's going to be. Oh yeah, me too, Deborah. I have what they call the long haulers, so it's not real fun. Sometimes you just never know what you're going to get. And then if I get too tired, I get the shakes. I used to never shake. And see, I'm pretty steady right now, but I'm noticing this one's just a teeny shaky. I never used to get the shakes, but since I had COVID, I get them all the time. That's an interesting thought, and I actually was thinking of doing that, but if I do chain, and like I said, I was thinking of doing it, I would just do a section and then chain up and then do a shorter section and to the chain like it would be chained from here to here, and then we'd take this piece and put it on a different chain, and it would come down here, so it was like sort of like this, but this one would be a longer chain and that one would be a shorter chain. Yeah, I understand that, Bonnie, because they tested me for COVID when I had the influenza A last Christmas, and I got so sick that I couldn't breathe, sorta, and they put me in the hospital for one night. But it was just the flu. But the flu is just as dangerous when it comes right down to it. People seem to forget that, but the flu is not not something you want to mess around with either. Unfortunately, it will get you too. I didn't have the exhaustion with the flu that I had with COVID. That was the worst. If you've never had the COVID exhaustion, I hope you never do. It's horrible. But my sister, when she got immunized, my younger sister, and we were talking about it, and she said, "Oh, I got so tired after I had that second immunization." And I was like, "Oh, that's nothing." And she said, "You might not think so, but I think it was horrible." And I said, "Honey, I had it for 5 weeks. And so multiply your exhaustion that you had by about 5 times and then multiply it by 5 weeks." And she said, "Oh, I couldn't have done that." And I laughed and I said, "Yeah, you could have. You wouldn't have had a choice." So the choice is much worse. So, oh boy, I bit that a little high, I think. Oop. So I like 4 wraps, and I think we're going to get 5 in here. So when we do the other one, I got to remember that. I've got it bent a little high. Come on, tuck. There we go. Now that in and of itself would make a really pretty small earring if you were a small earring person. I am not, but yeah, you get tired really easy. It just doesn't go away. You know, I am I the oldest of the group? Actually, I don't think so. I think Mary, you're older than me, right? I'm 66. Yeah, I love them too. Like I said, I went back to the Beadbox Bargains to try and get some more, and they didn't have any. So I was a little disappointed in that. Oop. Come around here. There we go. I also wanted some of the little hematite snowflakes, but I don't think they had any of those either. Okay. I see my didn't tuck very well. So we're going to have to see if I can get that to tuck a little better. So I do need to be careful with that bicone up on top there. So there's the bottom of these two. Again, I'm not sure if I want to split these maybe between the stars and this one. We'll have to decide that as we get to that pair. But these definitely, I like this split here. Need to get the other half of these out though. And go get some wire to cut. Ah, see, I'm not the youngest. I'm not the oldest. We got like a few older than me. Oh my. I seem to be in the younger half actually. So now I'm going to get some of these out. Now I have some eye pins, but I don't usually use them. I usually get some of these out. And ooh, that one's really bent. We don't want to use that one. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm testing to see how limber these are. Some of them are stainless steel and they really don't want to bend. And when they do bend, sometimes they break. So we don't want to use those. So we're doing our cutesy little trick here with my old head pins that I don't use anymore of cutting their heads off. So 2 per earring here. Switch these to over here. And now we're gonna, there's the heads. They didn't fly today. Yay. So then we'll bend our wire off, over and under and around. I didn't leave a gap, but I should have because I'm going to hardwire these together. Oop, come on, get it the way you want it. We're gonna wrap this a little bit up here. Teensy bit off. Now that definitely lengthened the earring to add that swing in there, but it's really pretty. Bed or a good book, huh? Looks like folks are going places. Goodness. Oh, yeah, we get fireworks here too. My one and only daughter is going to be 40. I have to remember. I think she's going to be 43 or 40. No, 44. In a few weeks. I only could have the one, so works out that way sometimes. Now we put this on. We're going to feed her in backwards so that when she comes around, come on, I know I left a big enough gap. Go through. Guess I didn't. Let's open you up a little bit more. There we go. There she goes, facing forward. Now we're going to take our wire and push it together. And it's actually a bit of an unhappy wire. We're going to have to straighten it up later. It's all right. We can do that. Get out of there. We'll wrap this. Once we get this wrapped, we'll straighten her up, and she's low, so I'm going to push her up, by taking my pliers and putting it under my wrap and hooking up to my other piece of my plier and pushing it upward. Okay. See how much we got here. I think we may be able to get a little bit more of a wrap in here, but we don't have much wire left, so we want to be careful of that bicone. You break the bicone, you start over on this top piece anyway. There she is. First one done. Did they? Yeah, I didn't check to see if Bargain Beadbox had, or Beadbox Bargains had any more of the clear ones. I don't think, though I really think they're pretty. I have a 21-year-old grandson. Well, he's not quite 21. He'll be 21 in he'll be 21 in February. He shouldn't have been 21 in February. He should have been 21 in March, but he was premature. So come on, baby. Open up a little bit. There we go. I think on Monday we're gonna go back to the Softflex kit and see if we can't figure out how we want to work those sun pieces into a pair of earrings. I think using a lot of pieces from the strand will work for those. Oops, don't knock your beads over, Rose. This is way crooked, so we have to really straighten her up here. Not perfect, but better. If you're talking about the snowflakes, they actually came with the companion kit from Beadbox Bargains. I had my daughter when I was 19, and then I started having female problems, and I couldn't have any more children after her, so it was a good thing I had that. I had 6 miscarriages in a row, and my obstetrician said, "Stop it." So stop it, I did, but wasn't happy about having to stop it. So it goes some days. We need to leave this gap for our ear wire here, or our post. Feeder on. Go. Hold it. And wrap this one up, and then we'll have this pair done. Oop. I hate it when my pliers slip off like that. And there's number 2 of this set done. How much time have we got? Ooh, not very long. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Deborah. I have a bit of fun making that Barbie jewelry. It's so the necklaces are hardest because the ring memory wire is not easy to get on sometimes, but they are fun. So we'll do this one. I'm going to take this spacer out. We don't need it since we're going to do the same kind of thing over here with this one at the top and this one as a swing. So though I might take that spacer and put it underneath my druzy here. So come back, spacer. When they electroplate the drusies, a lot of times there's this funky, weird color at the top because it doesn't quite make the electroplating there. And so a spacer covers that up, and then you have the consistent color. So that's one of the reasons I do that. The bead cap would probably be better because it definitely would curl around it, but I didn't do it. We don't have any bead caps in this set, so. But I frequently use a bead cap with glass pearls because you know how they shed that some of their coating off close to the top a lot of times. So I'm just going to make one of these earrings on air unless you want me to keep going because I know we are hitting our hour. That doesn't seem to be all the way in place. There we go. Okay, so here is the first portion. Oh, I love bead caps too. So we're going to do more or less the same thing on this side, except for we're going to have this little star and snowflake piece above the swing of the druzy here. So we'll open that up some. Push my necklace out of the way so I don't damage it with my, I keep dropping my pliers down over on top of it. Oops, I squished that too much and it went out instead of in. Okay. As you can see, that's pretty darn crooked, so we need to straighten that up. Now you made it worse, Rose, instead of better. Come on. Sometimes when you have your wire and it gets really crooked on you like that, you need to get your flat nose pliers out and squish it back into place. I think it's still off a little bit, but not too bad. Okay. Now we want our little snowflakes. Star, or star and snowflakes, I should say. And I pointed these so that the 2 points are snugging up around the snowflake. See how I went this way and this way? I'm glad that I'm sorry to hear that you are not feeling the best, Rosemary. But sometimes you're right, that PT can knock you on your bottom. I have had it for my knees before, and it gets a little bit much sometimes. I have to go to the orthopedist again on Tuesday afternoon, but this time it's to get injections. So hopefully that will make my knees feel better. Usually does. Hurts like the bejesus to get the injections, but then the pain in my knees stops. So, you know. Now I'm going to be careful because these little stars, I don't know about these ones, but the ones that are bigger, I've had them break on me before, so I'll be careful with them. And I hope I'm not getting my head in your way, trying to see how I'm flattening this here. Okay, she's a little crooked. We're going to straighten her up. And there is our second earring. Well, first of the second set. So now we'll just put the other one together exactly the same. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I hope that that's feeling better soon. See what I meant about this kink right here in this wire? I don't want that kink right there. So I'm going to take my flat nose and I'm going to go over the kink and straighten it as best I can. Now, in this instance, my bigger flat nose with the might have worked better because it's, but okay, now we need to get all of our beads out here. And I may need to get some more little spacers out. I do have some, so. Well, looks like I have just enough to do my earrings without getting any more out. Right there. But I do need to get some of the little white stars out. But here's the middle one. Well, there's one white star in here anyway. Guess I didn't dump out quite enough little white stars. Everything else is there. Up and around it over. One half done. Oops, didn't leave my gap. There we go. Okay, so point down, snowflake. And now I have to get one more star. sure I got my gap in there and feed my post on. Come on, go around. There we go. Hold it. And wrap this one up. There we go. There's our 2 pair of earrings. Yeah, that's me too. I fell down the steps when I was a teenager, and that's how I got the arthritis in my knees. It's in both of mine, and I'm getting, like I said, I have to go to the orthopedist on Tuesday to get some injections. And they help quite a bit. So there's what I didn't finish. Here's our 2 pair of earrings we made today. And here's our necklace and our bracelet. So necklace was from Wednesday, bracelet and earrings today. Now I didn't put the earring backs on because I prefer the kind with the little plastic inside. Actually, I got them right here. I'll just get those so we can put them on. The snowflake earring posts, I got those from Beadbox Bargains. Though this set was actually in my companion bundle that all of these beads are from. Well, except for this size of these beads. Those were from the regular sparkling snowflake one, the bigger ones. They had some of these. They had some like these in the companion bundle, but they were smaller yet, so I didn't use them. So I am pretty pleased with how both sets of earrings turned out. They're longer because I did do the double wire. If I'd done a single wire and just went straight up, of course, they would have been a little shorter because they wouldn't have had these spots here in the middle, but I like the swing. So there we go. There's a whole big set. Necklace, bracelet, 2 pair of earrings. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so let's flip back up. And see if there's anything. I did get the post backs from Randy. I I got these silver ones from Randy. I did get some gold ones from someplace else. I can't remember where I got the gold ones from. But yeah, the silver ones I got from Randy. So we remember our necklace that we got, that we made on Wednesday. Then, of course, we have our bracelet today. Nice, delicate little bracelet. I had it on for a minute, but I'm not going to try and put it on again. But it's turned out quite nicely, I think. So there's our little bracelet. And then we have 2 pair of earrings, this one and this one. And as you can see, oh, they're not even as long as my snowflakes that I'm wearing, which was the ones we made, I think we made those Tuesday. So this set, and then this one. So that is all of our pretties for today. Like I say, I think Monday we will work on the Softlex Design Kit Deco the Halls and see what we can come up with from that. I'm thinking I'm going to try and use the suns, and they're pretty good size, but I still think I'm going to make earrings out of them because there's 2, and hey, if there's 2, you make earrings. So I hope everybody has a lovely new year, and I have been very happy with the things we made today, and I really like this whole set. I think it turned out very pretty. So we will see you later. We'll see you on Monday, which is New Year's Day. So we'll be in 2024 when we come back. And everybody have a good and safe weekend. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on Monday. This has been Rose for Rose's Garden, filling in for Randy Brown of Thunderhorse Descendant for her Coffee Talk program. Bye-bye.